Okay, so now let's talk about how to understand the symbols, the information that are coming from the inner wisdom from the Akashic Records. So, the information that are coming, they are coming from our soul, from the source, and they are coming through our mind. They are coming especially through our right hemisphere. And our right hemisphere is rather symbolic. It gives us symbols. And our soul, the source, loves symbols because symbols can stay with us longer. We can have some symbol and it can be with us for 5 years and keep reminding us about ourselves. There is something so magical in symbols, like this additional layers of information that we might not understand with our left hemisphere that loves to understand everything. But our right hemisphere is like, yeah, this is something that reminds me. So, in inner wisdom, our soul source is giving us information very often through symbols. And it can be visual symbols, but it can also be a song, a melody, some kind of colors. Some people see colors. So just open up that, okay, there can be different symbols. And when we get the symbols, now it's the time to understand what they stand for. And we can do it while we are in the Akashic Records. So while am I in the Akashic Records, while I am connected with the inner wisdom, I am asking information what this given symbol means. So let's say I'm going into the Akashic Records and I'm asking for a guidance for this given day. And I see myself lying in a spa in Morocco, drinking some Turkish tea, and I'm like, whoa, what is this symbol? What does it mean? Should I go to spa? Should I just fly to Morocco? Okay, let me buy the ticket. This is not actually what might this mean. So I see this symbol, I see this whole scene, and I ask in the Akashic Records while I'm still there, being like, okay, what this means for me. And I see myself being so relaxed, taken care of, not rushing anywhere. And in the Akashic Records, I might just ask, like, okay, does it mean I should relax more? Should I just slow down? And if I feel in my body like, oh yeah, this is it, I should do this. Or maybe in the Akashic Records, something would come up. Like I would see a green light saying yes. Or I would see my spirit guides nodding and saying, this is what you should do. So you're going in a conversation in the Akashic Records with the inner wisdom. It's not that you see a symbol, you see some vision, you hear something, and then you're just letting it go. Rather, you're going and understanding it. So you get in a conversation, in a dialogue with the Akashic Records. They show you a symbol, and then you trying to understand this symbol, like see what it can mean for you. And there's no bad or wrong answers. You just play along with it. You're just like, okay, what does it mean? Or what can I do in order to achieve it? The example that I gave you is a real life example that I got. I remember it was like I had 1 week of holiday, and then on Monday I think I got my period, so I didn't work. And then on a Tuesday I was so like pumped up. I was like, yeah, I need to do so much. I feel this rush and I wanted to just do everything in my work. I accessed the Akashic Records and I asked, okay, what is the most important thing for me today to remember? And I saw this Moroccan spa. And I was like, are you joking me? Like, I need energy. Like, I need to do everything. And I saw like, no, like, look, you need relaxation. You need to take things slow. So I exit the Akashic Records and I gave myself this. Like, I didn't push myself because I knew that I would push myself like 200%, which wouldn't be the best for me. Rather, I I took this relaxation, I did myself a really nice tea, I wasn't doing everything with more energy, I was rather like taking it slow. And then, like, I remember at the end of the day, my mom called me and gifted me a spa session. And I was like, whoa, this is just amazing. Like, I literally just embodied what I was shown I needed, and the universe even brought me more. And I truly believe it can happen for all of us if we follow the guidance. Because what I knew then is that my mind wanted to do everything. It just wanted to be so fast. But my heart said, like, easy, Claudia, easy. Take things slow. You don't have to rush anywhere. So, please remember, when you get this symbol, ask in the Akashic Records what it means. Go into the dialogue. And also be proactive. Like, if you see a symbol, don't be like, oh, I don't understand it. Tell me what it means. Rather be like, I see flowers. And flowers, when I see this exact flowers, I feel more freedom. And so do you mean I should put more freedom into this relationship? And you might just feel in your body like, yes, this is the answer. And be very, very specific, because believe me, like, each kind of information in the Akashic Records that you're gonna get, it's gonna mean something. Like, you think like, oh, this is just flowers. Oh no, there are thousands of flowers. So why you saw these ones? Why it was colorful ones and not white ones? What do you connect with the colorful flowers? What is the meaning of them for you? Or maybe you saw orange roses and you just constantly remember like, oh my God, this is like exactly the roses that I gave my friend when I just wanted to give her a little pleasure. And you then feel like, oh my God, this is exactly what I need for myself today. Give myself a little pleasure, like something so small, like these flowers I gave it to my friend. Or it might need like, oh my God, I didn't like talk with my friend for a really long time and I miss her. Let me just call her. Your inner wisdom is gonna give you symbols that are especially made for you. And they always mean something. The colors, the shape, the objects that you will see, they mean something, and they mean something especially for you. So just dig deeper. Why I saw it in this way and not in the other way? What it means for you? And then just have a dialogue with the Akashic Records, with the inner wisdom. And in the moment that you understand what it means, you will feel it. You will have this aha moment. You'll be like, oh, okay, I know what it means. Like, I gave you the example with a friend, like, oh, I miss her. I want to call her. And then you might just feel this warm feeling. And it means like, yeah, this is the way. This is the information for you that wanted to come. And finally, you felt it. Also, sometimes what you might get is you might get a symbol that you don't understand, that you're trying to get to know it and there's nothing. So in order to understand the symbols, sometimes you might need to be persistent. You might need to like ask more questions, be more curious, like go deeper and deeper and deeper, and finally you will understand what it means. And sometimes it might take you a longer time. So if you feel that you are forcing too much, you want this information, you want to understand this symbol, and you feel that this frustration is going up in your body, being like, well, I understand it, this doesn't make any sense. Just take a deep breath, close the Akashic Records, and then draw the symbol. Draw it, and then put it somewhere that you see, and just sit with it for like a week. Look at it, like, think about it, but don't force it. And then after a week or after a few days, come up again to the Akashic Records and see what changed. And I will give you a real life example. So I had a question because I couldn't feel what was more aligned with me, living in a city or living in the countryside. So I was going into Akashic Records and asking about like, what can I do? How can I join this like two lifestyles that I want? And I saw a symbol, two triangles, one white one black one, and they were a little bit further apart. And I didn't understand at all what it meant. But I drew it and I was with it for like few days. And then I accessed the Akashic Records and I asked again, and also my inner energy changed a little bit. Like the symbols changed. There were still two triangles, but they were in a different position. So I closed the Akashic Records, and then the next few days another information were coming to me from my reality. And I was like understanding like, whoa, okay, so actually maybe I can join these two lifestyles together. Maybe I can have both, because why not? And when I accessed the Akashic Records and I asked again this question, I saw that these two triangles went in perfect union. So what I understand was that, wow, this is possible. I can join both of them. But it wasn't understandable for me like few weeks before when I asked the question for the first time. I needed time for the energy to move through me. The two possibilities needed to find the harmony to be together. But it didn't happen like this. So if you find a symbol that you don't understand, just draw it. If you cannot draw it, find it on the internet and put it somewhere in your space so you can look at it from time to time and observe your reality. The universe will help you to understand what this means for you. And even if you understand the symbol from the first moment you see it, it's also good to have some kind of picture or put it as your screen on your laptop or in your phone, just to remind you about the information you got. Nowadays, we just keep consuming information after information after information, like more. And because of that, sometimes the things that arises inside of us, we might just forget about them. So that's why it's good to just like have it, write it down somewhere or have it on your phone, and just from time to time you will look at it and it will just ground into your everyday life. Also, open up for magic that will happen in your everyday life, because maybe you're gonna like ask the question, the symbol, you don't understand it, but after like a few days you are in a shop and the information, the understanding comes up to you. Or you are under the shower and suddenly bang, like you know the answer. This is because sometimes it just works like this. So just open up and trust the divine. Exercise for this part is look around your room, look around where you are, and find 5 things. So you can just find a poster, flowers, teapot, lamp. Write these 5 things down. And now look at them again and just say what first thing that comes to your mind that is connected with this thing. So say a poster, oh, I feel warmth. The flowers, I feel freedom. The tea, I feel relaxation. The lamp, I feel chaos. Like the first thing that just comes to your mind when you look at this thing. Like feel inside how it makes me feel. What is it a symbol of? And this is gonna help you when you later connect with your inner wisdom and you're gonna see some symbol to like go into what does it mean for me, how it makes me feel.